All right. Let's check all the different components here. Looks like sync is okay. Looks like audio levels are good. There we go. So hello, everyone who's on the stream. Starting a few minutes early, because why not? So let's see. What are we doing today? Today is not National Absinthe Day. So the topic today is National Absinthe Day, which occurs 3 days from now on March 5th. March 5th is the United States of America National Absinthe Day, because that is the date that absinthe became not quite legalized, but it's a complicated definition. It wasn't legal. It was legal, technically, since I think the 60s or something, but nobody really knew. But yeah, March 5th, I think it was 2007, was the date that the FDA started allowing absinthe to be sold and distilled and things like that in the United States of America once again, after a ban of about 100 years. So this coincides with the Swiss absinthe ban listing, which is yesterday. So we're just kind of doing this stream between the two major days, the Swiss Absinthe Day and the United States of America Absinthe Day. So what I figured we'd do today is just do some stuff in fresco. So I hope you're ready for some fresco. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. I'm thinking watercolors. I like watercolors. I like how there's a certain amount of control that you kind of give up when it comes to watercolors, right? So let's go ahead and start a new document here. I'm going to choose let's do a nice, well, see, I wish they had different, they don't seem to have that many presets, inside of fresco here. Oh, there we go. Look at that. You can hit create new and you get more, of course, just like every other Adobe application, right? So let's see. We do 4K, 8K. They're both square. Let's do a 4K. I think 8K is a little crazy for what I'm doing, so there we go. Now, I've got my iPad right here in front of me, so I've got light just it's like spooky lights, It's just sort of spilling up and making me look weird. But that's okay. So yeah, let me know in the comments, do you celebrate National Absinthe Day or Swiss Absinthe Day or anything else? All right, I think the first thing I'm going to do is just get a basic background going, right? So let's go through, choose my brush. I'm going to go to live brushes. Like I said, I'm going to choose some watercolor brushes here. And this is what I usually use. I usually choose watercolor wash soft. I'm looking for a bit of a dead leaf color here. So what people often don't understand about absinthe is that, as it's bottled, it is either green or clear, right? So green absinthe is colored with botanicals, clear absinthe is not colored with botanicals. It's simply the distilled spirit. So when you color it with botanicals, of course, what you get is over time, botanicals fade. So what starts out as a vibrant green color you know, after it's sitting in casks or some other kind of reservoir, just kind of like, not quite aging, sometimes aging, but it's being held to sort of mature, and then it's distributed to bottles, and then those bottles are distributed across the world. So you get it spends a lot of time just kind of sitting around. Sunlight can affect it, and it gets to be a feuille morte color, which is like a dead leaf sort of thing. It looks a bit brownish. The thing that's really interesting though is like even absinthes that are pre-ban, that were distilled and bottled before the ban over 100 years ago, you add water to them today to prepare them, and the green color just springs back. It's really, really interesting. So yeah, for the background, I'm going to use sort of a dead leaf color here. Feuille morte. Let's see, what's my brush size? Water flow, let's bring that. Well, let's not go crazy with the flow just yet. Flow. Which, watercolor is always weird when you're using the live brush for watercolor, because flow is right here. It's kind of like, how much ink, how much paint, rather, you have in your brush loaded up. And then you have water flow, because it's watercolor. So that's how much water is taken into account. So let's see here. Actually, water flow. Let's bring that up.
How I long to hear your constant cries.
So how's everybody doing? Chat is very quiet today. Usually I got a couple people saying hi, but
Cries of
today.
anguish. Cries of utter despair.
So I just for anybody who isn't familiar with my streams, I do stream for Adobe for Education, and Adobe for Education has a number of us Adobe Education leaders who stream as part of a regular schedule, and you can find us on in a number of different areas, right? So I know Hannah Messer, she streams on Monday evenings, and she usually has things around Illustrator, very commonly, some InDesign, Photoshop. Georgina Dean, so she streams, gosh, I don't know when Georgina streams anymore, because it's somewhere between Thursday evening and Saturday morning for me, but I'm not entirely sure anymore. I haven't caught her stream in a while, unfortunately. But yeah, she streams sometime around then. And let's see who else. Kenneth Shinberry, he streams usually Sundays, for me anyway, in the United States. Sundays. Then Andrew McAllister. I'm not sure if he's streaming right now. I know he was taking a bit of a hiatus. But yeah, check out those people, because they're good to watch. I like to watch other people's streams. Unfortunately, I just sometimes can't, right? Like Hannah's stream, I can never catch it anymore because I teach a class in the evenings, late afternoon, evening, on Mondays. It's a class on user experience design and user interface design. So we take into consideration both components and how they work together, how they're different. And it's cool. It's a workshop, so we do a lot of studio work. The students build out different experiences across the semester. But because of that, I never catch Hannah's stream anymore. All right. So I got my background. One thing I like to do is I like to add in a new layer whenever I'm going to do something else, right? So, oh gosh, what do I think of with Absinthe, right? Wormwood. Let's paint some wormwood, right? And sometimes for stuff like this, I like to go through and maybe do some like pixel brushes or some. We could even use, I don't know, we could use vectors. Let's see what we got for pixel brushes here. Oh, you know what? I should look at this. So, library brushes. Oh, darn. So I guess I don't have any. So I just created a brush from another class that I teach. We did some stuff with Adobe Capture this week. And I actually made a brush out of an absinthe spoon. Here's my phone. Let's see if I can get this to sync really quick. Because that might be fun to use, right? I'll just duplicate that brush and make sure it's good for fresco. I think right now it's a... actually, it's a vector brush for Illustrator. I think. Yeah, it's not coming in here. So we need to... Let's see. Spring 2023. Here's my brush. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. All right, we got 2 copies now. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit this brush. And with brushes inside of Adobe Capture, when you create the brushes, yeah, it's an Illustrator brush right now. So when you create the brushes, you can change the type. I'm gonna change it to a pixel brush. I can do like a scatter brush. Oh gosh, there's fresco ribbon brushes. Go ahead and save this one. I'm gonna make 2 different brushes here. I'm gonna copy it twice. I know you can't see any of this. It's on my phone, it's not connected. But trust me, I'm copying the brush, I'm editing it. So I can use it in different ways. I wanna make a fresco ribbon brush for this now. All right, cool. So let's see. If these have synced yet. Synced, sunk. Spring 2023, look at that. There are my 2 brushes. Well, it didn't quite sync yet. I've got one of the brushes as it is, and the other one is not quite there yet. Yeah, so ribbon brushes, how do we do those? I have not used ribbon brushes inside of Fresco. So, I don't know where to find them. I don't see any of these guys in here, so they must fall under. Let's just pick one. Getting no preview here. Fresco. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. So it's a bundle of absinthe spoons. Look at that. That is cool. Very nice. So there they are. Just a bunch of little absinthe spoons. Oh, hey, Reverb Mike. How are you? It's been a minute since you've had any absinthe. It's too early here for me. For absinthe. I mean, I guess it's not. You can do whatever. Adults, you know. But, yeah, let's create some, let's see how this looks. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I wish I could make it bigger. I guess I can't really make it any bigger, huh? That's kind of I almost said that word. It's kind of unfortunate that I can't make it any bigger. So let's see. Maybe if I just... I love this brush on me. Holy moly. That's probably a bad way too. Alright, so I've got this cluster of absinthe spoons here. But, right, because it's digital, I should be able to enlarge it afterwards just by scaling it. Right? There we go. Perfect. And that's all I want. Look at all those little absinthe spoons. Pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, we're going, I don't know what we're going for here, exactly. It's been years, Reverb Mike says. Well, National Absinthe Day is coming up in 3 days, so there's time to purchase, prepare. Did you enjoy it when you had it, Reverb Mike? It's my absolute favorite beverage. There's nothing quite like it. Do you remember what brand that you had? I've probably had well over 100 different brands of absinthe over the years. So I'm pretty familiar with the major brands. But a lot of people, you know, if you have it just like once or twice, you don't know. You know. Oh, hello, Rob. Enjoying the new reading material. Nice work on mastering Adobe Animate 2023. Yeah, thank you. I am happy with it. I actually just got my author copies on Monday. So it's the first time I was able to kind of hold it in my hands. And I know others have gotten it before me, which is always the case, strangely enough, when it comes to author copies. So I'm thinking of doing a blend mode here. So yeah, for those who don't know, mastering Adobe Animate. Oh, the book's right there. Right under my Classroom in a Book for Creative Cloud, which also contains material on Adobe Animate. Gosh, what do I want to use here? I'm kind of digging that linear burn. Color red's kind of cool too. It's a little too red though. Let's do that. Yeah, so what, if you don't mind me asking, what, anything that's like, that you found really interesting in the book, Rob, so far? Yeah, Reverb Mike, it was 2007, March 5th. Yep. And in some ways, you know, it's both easier and more difficult to get certain things, you know. Even, I mean, gosh, so it's been like 18 years? My gosh. This is cool though. I like this. Yeah, so I remember when they one of the first absinthes in the United States that's produced here is Leopold Brothers Absinthe Vert, and that's produced here in Denver, Colorado. It's an interesting absinthe because it has a pisco base, so it's grape spirits that are distilled to make the base, and these particular grape spirits they use a pisco to start with, and they distill that into a neutral spirit. But it does give Leopold Brothers a very distinct set of characteristics. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it starts off, you know, with so Rob mentions that enjoying the history, work starting off at a point comfortable with, right? So yeah, so the previous editions of the book, Mastering Adobe Animate 2023, the publisher came back with this one and they were like, can we kind of get to the point like a little quicker? And I love the history of Animate and everything that's gone in it, you know. The problem is, right, that it's a little too much like just loading up history in the front of the book for the first few chapters. You know, it's, I don't know. I like that sort of stuff, but I can understand the publisher wanting to kind of like get to it really quickly. So we actually get to a small project like right in the first chapter now in the third edition, and really all of the initial chapters, the first section of the book is sort of completely just torn apart and then reshuffled together so that there's more to do and less just me writing about stuff. Yeah. So Rob clarifies, new to Adobe Animate. In no way new. Yeah, we're talking, I hear ya. And time just goes by quicker and quicker, doesn't it? All right, let's do some kind of letter forming here. So we do have text instead of, I must just call this animate. Whew. We do have text inside here now, which I don't think I've ever used text in Fresco before. So let's have a look here and see what we can do. I mean, I could always just write things, which we might end up doing if this goes like really off the rails. But let's see. We have a text layer. Oh, this is kind of nice. Bring up my keyboard. Whew. Hey, guy. Actually, can I? Show me my keyboard, friends. There we go. Get a little baby keyboard. A little sweetie. Okay. Let's just use the term Absinthe. And we're excited, right? So we put a little exclamation point afterwards. Very good. Style text. I'm not sure. Oh, that brings up our text again, right? Do I have to select all of this? I'm not sure. You know, some applications, you just have to have the text like selected. Other applications, you have to have the text completely selected, every single character, to apply anything to it. Let's find, oh, look at this. So this is what I don't understand, you know? So let's talk about Adobe XD for a little bit. The Adobe XD, if you ever used it, when you try to select text, right? And you're like, I want this font. All it is a list of font names. There's no preview whatsoever. So if you don't remember what that particular font is, you're out of luck, you know? So it's nice to see that Fresco actually has this. in here? Baka might work. I want something very stylistic. Charcuterie. It's always fun. I use charcuterie quite a bit in the Creative Cloud classroom in a book. It's the top one up there. For InDesign work. Type. It's often weird, like, seeing the text represented, like a word represented across, you know, different typefaces, because you start, like, questioning whether you spelled it right. And, you know, I know how to spell absinthe, but I'm looking at it like, is that right? Is that correct? I want something that's going to work with Pyrus. Hell no, we're not going to use Pyrus. Stop that nonsense right now. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, this is nice, right? But I'm going back to Baka. But what we've got here is I always like black. It's very yeah, it's okay. It's good. Hey Kevin, how are you? So Kevin is also an Adobe Education leader. So he mentions Adobe XD is awesome. Font list needs to be updated. Yeah. Well, that's probably not going to happen at this point, right? I asked multiple times. I'm sure you probably have too. Please. Please, Adobe. Can we get a better... This needs to be much bigger. Can we get a better font chooser inside of this application? Adobe's like, nope. And yeah, Adobe's really good at saying certain things, right? Reading week. What is reading week? Is that like before your finals? Like we have a reading day, Kevin, at my university, where it's like the day after the last day of courses. We don't have one before midterms. No. It's just like right before finals week, we have a reading day. And we're not supposed to assign anything that day or have them do anything because they're supposed to be reading, I guess. But yeah, they're very, very specific about that, actually. Oh, what? Transform? No. That's not what I want to do. I want to change the color of this layer. Hey, friends. Whoa, no, I don't want that anymore. Stop it. Style text, again. All right, so I have not used text before inside of Fresco, and I'm like, how in the world do I change color? Oh, maybe I just use the color picker, right? Yep, that's how you do it. That's so strange. Joseph, you use the color picker to change color? Odd. You know, this is actually coming out better than I thought it would. So that's kind of nice. Because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do when I came in here. I was just like, hey, we're between Swiss Absinthe Day, which was yesterday, March 1st, and United States of America Absinthe Day, which is March 5th. So seeing we're on March 2nd, right? I was like, I need to do something for National Absinthe Day. Of course. Oh, I've got to wrap this. Wait. So this is funny. So check this out. I don't know if you can probably see like up in the corner of my iPad. It says that it is 9:41 a.m. on Tuesday, January the 9th, right? So none of that information is true whatsoever. It is not a Tuesday. It is a Thursday. It is not January. It is March. It is not the 9th. It is the 2nd. It is not 9:41. It is 9:25. So I looked this up because this keeps happening to me. I keep seeing this happen with my iPad. And I'm like, why is this happening? You know? So I looked it up, and apparently it's when you are connecting your iPad with a USB cable, like something about it like locks it into sort of like a semi-demo mode, I guess for like Apple stores, right? And it just locks it at 9:41 a.m. on Tuesday, January 9th. I don't know if that's a significant date for Apple, or if it's just some random bizarre thing, but apparently that's the deal. That's why it is what it is. Screen might work. A lot of these might work, actually. No, I don't think I can do drop share. Oh my gosh, yeah, spring. So we got snow overnight, but we didn't get a snowstorm. It was just a dusting here, a trace amount of snow here in Colorado. But I am very tired. We have gotten snowstorms every Wednesday for like the last month. Most of them are fairly significant. It's been super cold. It's just, it's getting to the point where everybody's just very, very tired of it. So yeah, I cannot wait for spring. And this is very spring-like, you know? So this is something people don't understand. Like absinthe is made out of botanicals. It's made out of flowers and seeds and things like that, and leaves. And it's very natural. It's very springy. You know, it's a nice thing. Kevin says 20 centimeters of snow Friday evening in Toronto. So 20 centimeters. As an American, I see centimeters, and you know, I'm trying to make the calculations, and I have to look it up. So 20. Google's really good at this. 20 centimeters to inches. That is nearly 8 inches. So that is significant. Yeah. Yep. 8 inches. Yeah. It is significant. And it's a pain, because you can only do so much, like, driving around in that crap before you just get really tired of it. And mostly you get really tired of your fellow drivers who don't know how to ride, or drive rather, in the snow. And you're just like, please. Well, yeah, Kevin, don't tell Tom. It'll be a surprise. Isn't Tom... I think Tom is in LA right now, right? Or maybe he's just wrapping up his work there. Or Carpinteria, rather. Yeah. Do you know when is he getting back for the snowstorm? Is he flying in for the snowstorm? No. Poor Tom. Yeah, he's done it. He's been going and recording a couple of courses this year, which is good. I haven't done any. So we're talking about courses for LinkedIn Learning, formerly lynda.com, right? So Tom and I both do courses for LinkedIn Learning. I have one scheduled, but I haven't done any work on it yet. So it's not quite scheduled. We don't have a date or anything like that set for it, but we've got an outline. We've got a title and a topic, of course, and it's going to be interesting. It's not animate, so. And actually, the two that I did last year didn't have to do with animate either. So I've got a number of different projects that have sort of like sprung out from what used to be my sort of bread and butter when it comes to Adobe stuff, right? I want to duplicate this layer. And the bottom layer I'm gonna make dark. See it really? Oh, let's lock this top layer, or just make it invisible. It's fine. Oh gosh. Undo that. Oops, I made the wrong one invisible. Joseph, what are you doing? Oh, yeah. So anyway, yeah. You know, I think most of this has come. It's nothing to do with animate, right? It's more to do with just kind of the stuff that I'm doing. So you know, I'm teaching on like everything, like all the Adobe Creative software, you know, and with the classroom and a book for Creative Cloud, which is up in the corner up there. You know, of course, I wrote content on all sorts of apps, so Photoshop, After Effects, Premiere Pro, Character Animator, Animate, InDesign, Illustrator, whatever. Do them all. So because of all that, I've been, you know, branching out quite a bit in terms of the content that I'm producing. And here, obviously, I do, on Behance, a number of different things too. I don't just do animate. I actually probably don't do enough animates on here, right? But let's go ahead and see these layer properties and try to. Oh wait, I need to lock that top layer. Joseph, focus. Yes, focused. Lock layer. Boom. Thank you. All right, what I need to have happen here. Cool. So now I can see exactly what I'm dealing with. I just want to make this like super dark. I suppose I could just make it black, not use a blend mode, right? Let's do that. And no, that's not quite black, is it? There we go. Absinthe. Perfect. All right. I don't know. What else should I add to this? I'm thinking this is fine like it is. I mean, maybe I could put a single spoon. It's going to be kind of hard to get a single spoon out of this. In this other brush, I don't know what the deal is. Oh, it did work. So my ribbon brush is working now. It just still looks like something else. And it's so strange that I don't get a preview here instead of fresco for it. You know? It's very weird. Why fresco? Oh, what? No. It's not doing the ribbon brush. It's doing still... I gotta check capture again. Yeah, man, I got this brush here. Let's see. Maybe if I rename it. Ribbon. Save. See, it looks okay here. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, that's gonna be terrible. You can't tell what's going on there. But I've got my ribbon brush, and yeah, that's awful. Joseph, don't do that to people. All right. So yeah, what's everybody else working on today? Now, this is a good session. I like this. It's really fun. I mean, not just because it's a favorite topic of mine, but conversation's been good. Oh, look at that. It updated automatically. There's my little brush. Ooh. Cool. This is exactly what I want. All right. Well, I'm just tickled. Oh, unfortunately, look at that. The ribbon brush also has the background. So this is... Hold on, let's try to make a good one. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is an absinthe spoon. Right there. For those who don't know, an absinthe spoon, the way it's used is you place... The absinthe spoon is like a... It's got a handle, you can see there. It's got a flat surface for the head, but instead of a regular spoon where there's no holes in a regular spoon, right? An absinthe spoon has these little holes, these little cutouts in it. And the reason for that is you put it on top of your glass of absinthe. So you pour a little bit of absinthe, usually like an ounce, into your glass, and then you put the spoon on top, and then you put like a little lump of sugar on there, and then you drip ice cold water through the sugar, through the spoon, into the absinthe. The absinthe looshes and is prepared as a proper glass of absinthe. I don't use sugar because most absinthes I find are sweet enough as it is. Absinthe has this perception of being like bitter, you know? And I don't like sweet things, right? So I don't like cookies and candies and things like that. So it might be like a cilantro-y type thing, right? Cilantro, you got people who are like, cilantro, delicious. And then you got other people who are like, bathing soap, gross. So I'm on the delicious side of cilantro. I think cilantro is great. And I think absinthe is great too, but I don't find it bitter. I don't find it overly sweet either. I think it's a really good, a proper absinthe is like a really balanced drink, you know? Yeah, Reverb Mike says he likes cilantro too. Yeah, Club Cilantro. Yeah, it's got this like reputation for being bitter. And, you know, back in the day, apparently a lot of French culture especially really enjoyed sugar, really enjoyed sweet things. So they would sweeten their absinthe with an absinthe spoon. Absinthe spoons don't have to be used for sugar though. Like I've used them to also break up the water as it's coming down. So it's more like a raindrop kind of thing going on than just like bloop, 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 bloop. You know, it's more like, which is kind of nice for the louche sometimes, you know. So they can be used for many different things. I find most absinthes do not need any sugar. Certainly not any Swiss absinthes. Any Swiss Le Bleu absinthes. Do not sugar, like Le Clandestine or anything from... Distillery Martin, Bouvet, Du Vallon, any of those distilleries, like don't use sugar, unless you want to. I mean, it's up to you. You can use sugar. It's fine. All right, so let's go in here. I'm gonna add a new layer. I'm just gonna add in an absinthe spoon here. Ribbon brushes are weird. Look at that. So it's very strange. I did not expect the ribbon brush when I created it to actually include the background. Super strange. Oh, that looks pretty. All right, but I'm gonna change the blend mode so we can remove that white background, right? We don't want that. Oh, pretty good. Dark and multiply. I wonder if you can invert. I wouldn't mind inverting this. I'm not sure if got that capability here, right? Man, they keep on adding stuff to Fresco. Like they've added a lot to Fresco over time. Let's do linear burn. What is this? They got a grid now? So that's the thing, like this is new. I don't think I've ever seen that grid before. Very interesting. Well, that's pretty good. I wonder if I can... I don't think I can colorize this, though. You know, that brush is just black. Rob, I have not played with the animation Fresco very much. I took a brief look at it when they first introduced it, but it seemed... how you use it just seems sort of obtuse to me. It seems overly strange and very much not what I'm used to. So I have not explored it any further than that. That would be a good topic, though, for a stream someday, to explore that sort of thing. Well, I don't think I can colorize my layer. What is this? Oh, wait a minute here. Colorize. Oh, it's colorizing everything. Shoot, that's not what I want. Oh, it added an adjustment layer. Whoa, okay. Can I make this a clipping layer? Oh, wait, what's this? Whoa. Fresco. Goodness. Yikes, man. What have you done? All right. Let's play with this a little bit. Yeah, I did not know this existed. So for this guy, linear burn, let's take it back to normal right now. Let's try to colorize this a bit. Yeah, Rob. That's what I thought too. It's sort of like just strange, and old school is like a good way. That's how I feel about like the Photoshop animation stuff too. Rob mentions that it's a weird old school onion skin type thing. Yeah, it's weird because it's like, yeah, it's the same kind of thing that Photoshop has when you do like, and it's so, oh my gosh, like a lot of my students, when we talk about animation, they're like, oh, I've done stuff in Photoshop, and it's like, I mean, it's fine, right? If you want to do just like little kind of like things appearing and disappearing and just kind of like old school GeoCities stuff, whatever. But there's better tools, you know? Not be a judgy. Right? Not be a judgy, just saying. Oh, this is really interesting. Look at that. So if I put it like there, yeah, it's blending just my colorization, as you would expect. Okay. So it's interesting that I can't remove the background from this. I wonder, you know, I bet inside of the... Shoot, I need to wrap this up. But I'm having too much fun. And damn, do we need fun, right? Yes, we do. I'm looking to see if there's any sort of settings here to remove the background. There are, but it's a manual process. It's just done with like brushing this. So, hey, what are you gonna do? Let's wrap this up, everybody. What do you say? Call it a week. Perfect. Hue saturation is applied. Blend mode, let's go. See, I don't think I'm going to get anything that's going to work exactly like I want it to, simply because, right, we've got that white background. I would have to spend a bit of time removing... divide kind of does it. Yeah. Removing the background.
This is all
That's unfortunate.
and I am so
We'll just do a linear burn. Unless anybody in the chat knows, is there some way to remove the background from a brush like that, a ribbon brush? Eraser, that's not going to work. That's just sampling color. That's not going to work. Yeah, it's good. It's fine. It works. I'm happy with it. All right, let's rename this guy.
This is all so empty. And
Absinthe
I am so crushed.
Day 2023. It is 2023. Somehow. All right, so I'm gonna put this up on Behance. I like it. It's like somebody just threw a bunch of spoons at me, you know? And I'm like, whoa, what's going on with all these spoons? Oh, it's National Absinthe Day. All right, let's go ahead. Share. We're going to publish and export. I want to save this as a Behance project. Yeah, it's a fun underline. It's fine. Damn, I swear, like, the sessions of these on Behance that I have the most fun with are probably these fresco sessions. And Georgina always does fresco, so I can kind of understand why. Let's publish. Send it. And there we go. My work is live. Perfect. All right. Excellent. Let's close that out. There we have it. Oh, by the way, like, I've got this stand, which I originally bought for my MacBook, but it works awesome as an iPad stand for live streams, so, or for anything really. If you're using your iPad on a desk, you know, you don't want it to be flat. If you're drawing, you know. Anyhow. All right, cool. We're going to wrap this up. This was a good session. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Let's go up top here. Thank you, Reverb Mike and Rob Magnol and Kevin Brandon. And that's, I think, everybody who's commented. But it's been a fun conversation. So, and if you haven't celebrated Swiss National Absinthe Day, that was yesterday. So catch up. If you have never celebrated any Absinthe Day, you've got United States Absinthe Day coming up on the 5th. So this stream goes right in between both, which is perfect. Oh, clever. Thank you. Streaming setup streams. Yeah. No, I've done like little things with like others who are interested in stuff, just like private one-on-one kind of sharing. But yeah, unfortunately my desk is a complete mess right now. And it's gonna kind of stay that way. I stream out of my basement, and I'm going to build out. We've got a contractor who's going to build a bunch of rooms down here, and one of them is going to be a proper studio, which is super cool. Finally, so yeah, have that to look forward to. But in the meantime, at least until like August, this whole area is going to be quite a mess. And actually, I'm going to have to relocate when they are working down here. So I don't know where I'm going to go. Find a quiet closet somewhere to kind of like perch in and just sort of like do stuff. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Rob. And all. And I will be on next week for another topic that I don't know what it is yet, but that's cool. Gives me time to think. So, happy National Absinthe Day, everyone.
Attempting a return deep back where no one can see. I find myself suspended. This crippling reverie. My desire for the waters will not reveal anything to me. I find myself assaulted by this crippling reverie. Horrors which lay ahead. I avert mine eyes from thee. I find myself confounded by